Hey there, thank you for coming back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a little bit of comparing and contrasting between three formula of cushion foundation from the brand Moonshot. We'll be taking a look at the newest formula, the Micro CalmingFit Cushion Foundation, the Micro Setting Fit X Cushion Foundation, as well as my favorite formula from Moonshot, the Micro Correctfit Cushion Foundation. Let's get right into it. Each of these formula is being sold for 22,400 Korean won, which is almost $20 US, and this price does not include a refill. There are only 3 shades being offered currently for each of the formula, 101, 201, and 301, although each of these shades can actually match more than one single skin tone. My shade in each of these formula is 201, and if we compare the differences between these 201 color, you can see that both the CalmingFit 201 and the Setting Fit X 201 are a peachy neutral shade, whereas the Micro Correct Fit 201 shade is actually a little bit warmer. I would describe this as more of a yellow neutral. One of the characteristics of the Micro Correct Fit formula that I like the most is the fact that there is very little oxidization with this formula, and this actually applies to both the CalmingFit and the Setting Fit X formula as well. As you can see in this oxidization test that I carried out, there is very minimal change in the shade even after 30 minutes of application. As is the case with most Korean cushion foundation, there is fragrance included in the formulation of all 3 of these Moonshot cushion foundation. However, if the CalmingFit and the Correct Fit formulation only has a very light and clean floral scent, I can actually detect quite a strong alcohol scent in the Setting Fit X formulation. Let's now get into a comparison of how each of these Moonshot cushions apply and wear on the skin, and we'll also get more into the finish and coverage level of each of the formula. Since the Micro CalmingFit Cushion Foundation is the newest release from Moonshot, I am naturally the most curious about it. So I actually did a 2-day wear test where on the first day I did a half-half wear test between the CalmingFit and the Setting Fit X formulation. And on the second day I did a half-half wear test between the CalmingFit and the Correct Fit formulation. Before we get into the wear test, let me just remind you guys what my skin is like very quickly. My skin type is oily combination with an oily T-zone and dry cheek areas. I regularly have some redness around my nose, and I also have slightly enlarged pores in the butterfly zone, as well as some discoloration on my chin. Let's take a look at the result of my first day wear test where I compare the CalmingFit Cushion Foundation and the Setting Fit X Cushion Foundation. In terms of coverage, I would say that the CalmingFit Cushion Foundation has a lower level of coverage, although this level is still a solid medium to me. The formulation does decently well at covering up the redness as well as pores I have on the side of my nose. However, it doesn't do very well with covering up any bumpiness that I have on my cheeks. And if you pay very close attention to the side of my nose, you could still see a little bit of pinkness coming through. The Setting Fit X formulation has very high level of coverage in terms of pigmentation coverage. You can definitely not see any more redness on the side of my nose, and it also does pretty well at covering up the pores, although you can still see a little bit of pores on the side of my nose still. Moonshot Cushion Foundation, in my experience, are not the best at covering up pores. So if you are using any one of these formula, it's probably best that you use a pore filling primer if you are worried about pores in the butterfly and T-zone. On top of the high coverage level, the Setting Fit X Cushion Foundation also has some blurring effect, which makes your skin look a lot smoother than it actually is. Yet at the same time, I did not think that the Setting Fit X Cushion Foundation looked heavy on the skin at all. This means that the Setting Fit X Cushion Foundation could be a great option to consider if you have somewhat textured skin. In terms of finish and feel on the skin, the CalmingFit Cushion Foundation has a semi-glow skin-like finish, and the skin feels pretty breathable and comfortable underneath this cushion foundation. I did not detect any tingling or tightness on the skin, especially in the drier areas of my cheeks throughout the day. In fact, this CalmingFit Cushion Foundation from Moonshot reminds me of a lighter coverage version of the Renewal Hair Black Cushion Foundation. So if you are someone who enjoys the look and feel of the Hair Black Cushion Foundation on the skin, but you do not need the kind of coverage that the Hair Black Cushion Foundation gives, then this CalmingFit Cushion Foundation might be something to consider. On the other hand, the CettingFit X Cushion Foundation has a powdery matte finish that dries down very quickly, and it seems to get matter the more time passes during my wear test. So if you are someone who has drier skin, you will need to moisturize your skin very well, because even for me, who has oily combination skin, I did feel a little bit of tightness on my cheeks. About 30 minutes after I applied both of the cushion foundation formula to the skin, I did a transfer test using a piece of facial tissue. And I have to say that even though one has a semi-glow finish, while the other has a powdery matte finish, both formulas seems to hold up pretty well. I did not see any transferring onto the piece of facial tissue, and the facial tissue also did not leave any marks on my skin. Lastly, let's compare the longevity of the CalmingFit Cushion Foundation versus the CettingFit X Cushion Foundation. About 8 hours after I apply both of these cushion foundation, you can definitely see that my skin is a little bit shinier on the CalmingFit side when compared to the CettingFit X side. However, I would not say that this level of shininess is anything very severe. In fact, it actually looked better as time passes on the CalmingFit Cushion Foundation side. However, if I zoomed in to the butterfly zone, I can still see a little bit of separation on the side of my nose. However, the separation of the foundation is not very visible unless you are really nitpicky and are looking very closely in this area. On the side of my face where I apply the CettingFit X Cushion Foundation, it seems that this formula has controlled oil very well. However, probably because the finish is a powdery matte finish, you can see more clearly the creasing that happens on this side. Moving on to the second day wear test where I compare the CalmingFit and the Correctfit cushion foundations. If the CalmingFit cushion foundation has a solid medium coverage level, the Correctfit cushion foundation actually has a more flexible coverage level in the sense that it is medium to start with, but you can definitely build it up to a pretty high level of coverage, though not quite as high as the CettingFit X level of coverage. The Moonshot Micro Correctfit Cushion Foundation, however, does seem to do a much better job at covering up pores as well as texture that I have in the butterfly zone when compared to both the CalmingFit and the CettingFit X formulation. At the same time, I feel that even though I can build up the coverage to pretty high with the Micro Correctfit formulation, my skin still feels pretty comfortable and looks skin-like. The finish of the Micro Correctfit formulation is a semi-matte finish, somewhere in between the finish of the CalmingFit and the CettingFit X cushion foundations. Just like in the first day wear test, about 30 minutes after I applied both of the cushion foundation to the skin, I did a transfer test using a piece of facial tissue. And unfortunately, the Micro Correctfit cushion foundation did not hold up as well as the CalmingFit cushion foundation under this transfer test. There was a little bit of transfer that I could see on the piece of facial tissue after I carried out this test. Finally, when we compare the longevity of the CalmingFit Cushion Foundation and the Micro Correctfit Cushion Foundation, you can see that both formula last well on my skin. However, unlike the CalmingFit formulation where I can see a little bit of separation, I did not detect any separation nor creasing with the Micro Correctfit formula. Now that we have looked together at how each of these Moonshot Cushion Foundation differs from the other two, here are what I think each of these formula is good for. The most flexible formula is definitely the Micro Correctfit formula because of its adjustable level of coverage as well as the longevity level. The only unfortunate thing about the Micro Correctfit formula is that it does seem to transfer more than the CalmingFit and the Setting Fit X Cushion foundations. However, when I did my wear test, I did not put any powder after I applied the cushion foundation, nor did I use any kind of setting spray. So I feel like if you want to reduce the level of transferring of the Micro Correctfit Cushion foundation, you could definitely try powdering and also using a setting spray after you apply it to the skin. Because of all the things that I just said, I definitely think that the Micro Correctfit is a cushion foundation that is going to work with all skin type and is the most versatile formulation out of the three that we're talking about today. The CalmingFit Cushion Foundation is also a formula that is going to work great on all skin types. However, I especially recommend this CalmingFit formula to those with drier skin, as this particular cushion foundation does give a very youthful and dewy look to the skin without being over the top. I also want to recommend the CalmingFit Cushion Foundation to those who just need a little bit of help evening out their skin tone without needing a lot of coverage. And of course, because this formula is so breathable and lightweight, it is also a formulation that I recommend for the summer or more humid weather. Lastly, as the Setting Fit X Cushion Foundation has the highest level of coverage out of these three formulations, and it also has a powdery matte finish, this cushion foundation is made for people with oily or oily combination skin, as well as those who need a lot of coverage. That is everything for today's video, guys. I hope this has been helpful to you in deciding which of these three Moonshot cushion foundations is the right formula for you. Of course, Moonshot does have other cushion foundations formula as well, such as the Micro Glassy Fit Cushion Foundation formula. However, I have only included these three formula from Moonshot in this video because I do think that these three are the best of Moonshot in terms of cushion foundation. Hit the like button if you have enjoyed this video, and also consider subscribing to my channel for more content on Korean beauty in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.